Okay, and we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Enric. I'm a consciousness facilitator international. And let's see. Now we will try for the second time to have Karam here. He's my guest today, and I see you here, Karam. So now it's going to work. I see your request. So there we go. I think now there before, but now it's going to work. And he's joining. I think. Yeah, accept. Yeah,
Oh,
great. How are you?
sorry, mate. This is my first time doing live video, so yeah.
Great. We made it. We are live now. Thank you for joining. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, thank you for inviting me, Enric. So, what's your name, buddy? It's Enric, but educate me on this. Why it's not Enrique, for example? You're
Uh,
Spanish, right?
yeah, but it's my name is written like this. It's not change it. It's in Catalan. My mother language is Catalan. I'm
Oh,
from the
Barcelona. Yeah. So Enric is the Catalan version of
yeah,
Enrique or
yeah,
Henry. Yeah,
exactly
Enrico in Italiano.
like this.
See?
Same
Okay.
name. Uh, Even though it's quite close to Eric, for example, in other languages, or Henry, or or Hendrik. There's different names in Europe in different languages that are matching these names. So, Karam, thank you very much for accepting this invitation. We have been talking, guys, just to introduce me and Karam, we have been talking for the last week, let's say a couple of times in Instagram. So we met in Instagram. I found him and his amazing creation. He's a wall artist. So it's, I don't know if that has another name, just for tell people. Usually you call it wall artist.
Uh, yep, I'm coming up with this. I believe in art, and I believe artists they should make money, right? So let's say I come up with a profession called wall artist, which is a big niche in the market, right?
Yeah,
And it's a part of a construction process or construction milestone, because that's what I believe. Artists should be a part of a supply chain, a part of construction process. So that's why I call it wall art, and I call myself wall artist. Yes, Enric.
thank you for that because it was just coming to my mind. I don't know if in English you can use this word like mural. In Spanish, we use kind of mural
Yeah.
or
However, the difference, mural, they use only paint,
okay.
right? But on a wall, as a designer, you can use many finishes. You can use tiles, you can use upholstery, you can use concrete, you can use plaster, you can use paint. So anything to do with wall covering, yeah. And yeah, there's a name for Instagrammable wall. You see, if you write Instagrammable walls on
Mhm.
Instagram, you will see all the nice walls that people have the urge to take a selfie, before them. So it means that the wall can be an art itself. Instead of small art, you hang it on a wall. Why not the wall itself to be an art?
I love it. I love it, and was just my curiosity because I heard let's say this name before, like mural artist, but not wall artist. Maybe I'm not so used to it, but I love it. I definitely love it, and also if you guys didn't see yet what Karam is doing, just please go in his profile and check it. It's really beautiful and stunning. And as you say, it's not just painting. I can see that you work with different materials, with volume. It's not just like a flat wall. I see that even you do like a stone wall, let's say,
Yep.
right?
Rock wall. I call it rock and wall.
Yeah, it's stunning and it's beautiful. And yeah, so as you said before, the topic that we came up for, and that you are also very, let's say, committed. You have really this trusting and confidence that this should be, as you say, part of the construction chain, and also the artist should make money, right? It's not that the artist is has to be someone that is struggling, being small. We talk about that. So can you say more? What is your vision? What is Your yeah.
Yes, that's how it started, right? Because you yourself, you consider yourself an artist, correct? Uh, let's talk a little bit about you, so my people maybe know what you're saying. So you are a body instructor, I would say, because you have body class. Yeah,
Yeah, we call it, let me just say it, I call it, we used to call it as a conscious facilitator because we
conscious
work with the body, but
facilitator.
yeah, we work, let's say, with the psychological part. So we are also kind of like sometimes we are say that we are coaching people or something like that. But we usually say that I'm usually saying that I'm a conscious facilitator. Okay, so I what I do is do private sessions and teach different techniques.
Yep.
Some of them with the body, and others are just energetic or just talking. Yeah.
But I read some of your posts. You have something to do with space as well, right? Like the house, the space, and the energy of that space. So I mean, this is the intersection between my field and your field. Maybe can we talk about that a little? Educate me about this.
Yeah, I don't know if you, yeah, what we talk a lot is about space because when we, let's say for a person, when we are changing something, so what we are focused on, I talk about we because I'm connected to many people that are friends, that we work the same way. So I say myself, but many times I will say we because I feel really part of a huge community in the world of that our purpose is to bring ease, to bring consciousness to ourselves and to anyone that is willing to, let's say, join us and create with us. So we talk a lot about space because when we are creating a change in anyone's life, what we are doing a lot is working in the space. So either this space is the life of the person, the people that has around, the activities that the person does. So it's all about space. You know, we talk about energy, we talk about let's say mental thoughts, we talk about the body, but then there's also the space,
Mhm.
you know. So the space is important because when we are in this world of changing the let's say the reality, the space is a big component of this.
All right. Hey, you're quite famous. I've seen you from Latin America to Japan,
Mhm.
Miami. Mate,
Yeah.
you're living the dream. So let's come back to this point then. If you are an artist, you don't work for somebody, right? So basically, artists are freelancers.
Hmm.
So if you are a freelancer, it means you are in charge of your accounts, you are in charge of your marketing, you are in charge of your selling, of your um, all the pillars of a business.
Yeah.
So it's not really only about one domain. Here's the I think here's the the missing element, the missing puzzle. That artists, they just want to do art, they just want to create. And of course, there are some examples in the world like Van Gogh or the artists that they have done it after they have died. Like yeah, bravo, your art is amazing. However, he's dead now. He didn't enjoy his legacy. He didn't enjoy the recognition in time. So I think that is what's missing. So you are an artist, you educated yourself on all of these other topics, correct?
I like that so much, and it's so true even for my, let's say, I don't know how you say it in English, but my job, you know, many people like me, we have the same situation. We like to, for example, create things with people to create change, but then we might be not so good on, yeah, have doing all the rest of things. It happens really often. But
That's so that's what I want to do. You asked me, oh, when we discussed about this um, art and money,
yeah,
and I told you I'm like a businessman. You know, I respect art so much. I would never call myself an artist, right? Until now, because I start making a living of something you could call an art, right? And that's why I call the brand wall art or Karam wall art. You see, that's why I have my signature, my logo everywhere. It's like Karam wall art because this is because I love artists. I'm so um, Like artists are are good people. Do you agree with me on that?
Totally.
Like
Totally.
like you cannot see an artist who is hypocrite, or who can lie, or that's why they don't want to discuss money, or like,
Yeah.
because they feel the money world is evil. They feel that the selling, there's a lot of lies in involved in selling, correct? So they're so innocent that I feel that these the types of people that they should come to power. Would you be scared that, oh, artists are running the world? Would you be scared of this title?
No, I totally agree you. I totally agree you.
So,
As and yeah, go on. Sorry.
but the same people who I love, who I respect, I want to catch them and shake them like that, wake up
Yeah, yeah.
and make money. At least make a living. Okay, now, in order to make a living, in order to make money, you need to think in terms of money. You need to think in terms of business. You cannot just have one domain. You need to be good in marketing. You need to be good with people. You need to be good in selling. You need to be good in showing your art. All of this circus of the cameras and the video editing, the reels and stories, all of this clowning. It's important nowadays. This is the marketing. You see, get on with it. I don't care. You're 50, 60 years old. I don't care. Get on with it. This is your marketing. So this is why I come here to say, like, okay, I'm an artist, but you can achieve something. You can make a living, at least. Now, you don't like to do commercial art, right? Do it. Do it for like a job. Who, you don't need to love every single element of your art, because nobody loves every single element of their job, right? So do it as a job. And then for 2 to 4 hours a day, do whatever you want as a hobby. Now, would you prefer to do commercial art for 6 to 8 hours a day and make a living or be rich? Or you prefer to do any other boring, non-creative job just to make a living, to support that 2 hours a day of your hobby?
I love that. Yeah.
So, yep, in order to preach that, I need to lead by example. I need to be the role model for the artist, right? I want to be rich, and I want to be powerful, and to tell everyone, like, look, you can be powerful with art.
Wow.
That's my message.
That's super inspiring. Thank you. Truly, thank you for that. And as I said before, in my, let's say, profession, that is, let's say, healing or empowering people, personal change, it's really, really connected to the artist world. Actually, many people that is, let's say, healer, many of them, they are also dancers or singers or artists also. It's super close, the world, because it's also a creative thing. It's also this, as you said, you would not find an artist that is a person that is not good, and we say that these people, the ones that are interested in healing, for example, the betterment of the world, we are just sensitive people, we are perceptive people, and I
Yeah.
totally can say that an artist is that. An artist is a person that has a sense. It's not a person that is here in the world to just, okay, I'm just going to work and not do anything else, and I'm happy arriving at my home after working and watching the TV, only doing that, or all these, let's say, normal things that for a creative, sensitive person are not really the best to do, right? So we have many points here of finding our, let's say, vision and profession. That's why also we wanted to come up with this live and share something and create something together. And yeah,
Yes, and you are an artist, Enric. You like, I think the contribution that all artists have in common is inspiring. So I have something similar to, like, I have attended some experience to what you do. We discussed that, like, regarding the hypnosis or the rebirth experience or the yoga itself. but I'm a dancer as well, so I dance salsa, and the dancing instructors, however silly it sounds now, but they are inspiring, because you go there, you feel good, you feel accepted. They give you the feeling that you can do something, with your body, expressing yourself out. This is one on one. If it worked one on one, this is so inspiring, and maybe so vital for mental health, and so important for every single one of us. Not only, like, this is true help. In my school, I like to help people make money. Okay, but if there is any emotional help, would be this one on one, and inspire the person that he can do better in his life, regardless of which domain we're talking about. So that I can relate. I really can relate. When I see just the photos, when I see the way you talk, I understand, what's your passion, what's your meaning, what's where you crave your meaning from. So I guess this is very meaningful job for you. And yep, if you inspire people, then voila, that's art. And you
Yeah,
do
thank you very much.
it, and you make money of it, then it definitely, you can call yourself an artist.
Thank you very much. And yeah, definitely, I was in a moment of my life, let's say 10 years ago. I was in this point of, okay, I couldn't move forward with any other job. I studied some specialization of telecommunications, as informatic devices and all these things. But I started to work. I worked on that for, let's say, a couple of years, and after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. That's not my, let's say, that's not the job of my life. That's not my profession for sure. Then I work in many different things, and there was a moment that I couldn't stay more working with, let's say, random jobs. I could not stay there, even I could do it, and I was very good, and I could be well paid, or you know. All these things, everyone was happy, but me, after a few months, I was not happy. So then,
Yeah.
yeah, I went through a process where I kind of like started to really look at, okay, what I would really like to do here, in this world. And then I kind of start to find that my let's say my happiness was coming from helping someone. If I could make someone feel better, that was like, oh, I love that. And it was through the bodies, through the massage. I was chiromassagist at the beginning, so I started there, because when I was a child, I used to like so much to give someone else a massage, like my family, to anyone. And then I had to, I was so lost. That's maybe common also for many people. We go to school, you get so distracted, let's say, and then you don't know what you want to do. And then, so I was doing something, anything that I chose. And then I had to really ask myself, okay, what do I really like? What makes me happy? What can make me happy, right? And then I started there. So yeah, and
Can we add the time frame for that? You said 10 years ago that happened.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you started
then,
10 years ago,
yeah,
and let's translate it to terms of money. So when did you start? When did you have your first commission in this 10 years journey?
yeah. So I mean, when I started, I started to do, let's say, private sessions in my home, and was kind of like switching from this, let's say, hobby almost, because I was doing it like, okay, I like that. I like to do massage, but I was still holding into other jobs. I was
Yeah.
doing other jobs. And then I don't remember exactly the moment, but was happening that I could not do any other job. But quite at the beginning, I would start to, let's say, receive some incoming from my sessions.
And then did you study it? Did you take courses? Did you?
I did definitely many courses.
Until now you keep, because I saw last,
Yeah,
like,
I
you
keep.
you were, where were you? I don't remember the which country. Yeah, you've learned something new. You keep
Yeah,
adding to your.
at least I do a few courses. Like, I cannot say how many, because I just it's not a, let's say, a whole year course. Some courses are like even 1 weekend or 2 or 3 days
Yeah.
or short. So I do many, and yeah, it's part of, let's say, my profession, that you want to learn more. you want to get better still. And especially the first interest is for oneself, because it's like, okay, I want to know more.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, that's what happened to me. By the way, I only 3 years in this. Before I was interior designer, and I was designing clubs and bars, and then COVID happened, and all the bars shut down. So yes, and when I started, it was really for me. I whenever I see some nice finish, I want to learn. I just go and sign up in a course. Yeah, 1 week. It doesn't matter. You study the craft. You study it, the most important is from whom you learn. You see, it's like if you get the right person, maybe the right person will teach you something in 3 hours that will generate more value to you than a full year course.
Totally,
So let's go back
totally.
to you. So you studied the craft, you studied and then you started the first commission, you said from hobby. So when you become full-time, like when this started to make
Yeah,
a living for you, because you're quite famous, like you in the last only, like I saw you, you just came back from Miami, right?
yeah,
And you're going to Korea.
yeah. This week I'm traveling
This
to Korea.
And before that, yeah, like you went to Egypt. I saw Egypt as well. How
Yeah,
did you arrive to Egypt, man?
yeah. Actually, the way it works is some places you get a call, like someone sees you, knows you, or find you somehow, and then they invite you to this country. Let's say, okay, could you come to teach that? Could you come to give this class? And then you find a moment in the year, you schedule it, and then you go. And sometimes it can be even myself that I start to be interested in to go to visit one country. I mean, or I would love to teach class there. So then I start to look for some connection with someone that can help me to organize. That
Nice.
case, Egypt was really that way because I was so excited. It was my dream to go to Egypt, let's say. And then I have a friend there that she's also in my, let's say, in my site,
Circle. Yeah.
same like me. And then we started to talk, and then she helped me to find other people to organize the event. Yeah.
So when that happened within that 10 years journey, like when you start like, okay, I'm not doing anything else. I just want to be full time doing this.
Yeah. So let's say the first 3 years. So yeah, around the last 6 7 years is when I started to say, okay, now I'm in. It was really this kind of like almost jumping over the edge, like, okay, I'm not sure, but I have to go. I mean,
Okay.
so easy to do that. What you were saying, that then you want to have your job to, to make sure you can have some income, because what you're doing is not, let's say, a fixed income, right? So let's say the last 6 7 years, then I could just go for it and do full time with that.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, I understand. It's sometimes you feel like, what I'm gonna do, there's no inquiries for 3 weeks. So this is that's what I want to put a time frame for the story, because we always see in Hollywood movies about heroes. I would love to see a movie about one hero who decided to be a freelancer. Because nobody knows the struggle of this.
Yeah,
Hello? Yeah, you can hear me. So it's really there's struggle for the beginnings, and you need a lot of willpower um,
it
to
is.
keep you going.
Yeah, I can really remember exactly how it was, and it took me all this time. I mean, at least 3 years, or even before. It all was like a, let's say, slow process. Not everyone do it that way. There's people that they are even faster, that they see, okay, I like that, and they jump into it. So there's no, let's say, a timing, let's say, but for sure, it's a choice. It's also this commitment is what you say, like, hey, you won't say, I would just shake people to come on, just do it, because it's that. It's to go for it. Yesterday we were doing a live with a friend she's a jeweler
Yeah,
designer,
so yeah.
and we were talking about that, about how if we follow our passion, how we can really make other people greater and happier, and also you can make a business. She's so good making her business. She created a jewelry brand, and she's amazing. She did it also this way. She has another job, but she started, and she just do it because she loves it. And she's, yeah, we're talking about that, how we can, we just need to jump and do it, right?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, depends on what, because I tried to many times to do what I love. All right, follow my passion, do what I love, do it at my best, and then it will succeed. Right? No,
Yeah, of course, can happen that.
because uh, because if you have certain commitments, certain lifestyle, right, and then you give your heart, your capital, the money, the savings to what you love, and then it goes down. It choke you, that choking feeling. Maybe that's why I got, maybe that's why I got my emotional scars that I want to help other artists, because I myself I tried to do to run a business for myself related to art, and then it doesn't make me a living. It doesn't make a good living like the interior design field, let's say. So I found myself always coming back to the employment of interior design.
Yeah, got it.
And maybe I run 9 businesses in my life, and trying to just be free, regardless of art or not art, just to be free, be freelancer, be my own boss. So that's why now when I found that I can make money of something I love and I can make money of my passion, then I'm so happy and I'm inspired, and I'm telling, I would love to go and tell others that yes, you can do. However, you have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
You have to be smart about it regarding marketing and marketing and marketing. Maybe from my experiences from the stuff I ran, like the businesses I told you, what breaks me is no clients, right? So if you have clients, it doesn't matter. The rest can come. It doesn't matter if you're not good with accounts. It doesn't matter if you're not good, maybe in the profession itself, as long as you have somebody to sell. So educate yourself on marketing, and that's the backbone of any business, I think. Mm. So not only follow your passion, no, you will struggle. That's my message here. Leave the emotion aside. Do not only follow your passion, study, educate yourself on all the other topics that make you successful. You can't just be successful. You, unless if you're a footballer, unless if you're a singer, an actor, that somebody came and adopted you, like, oh, I found the right talent. Let me adopt you. See? Unless that happened to you, you need to create your way with your own hands.
I agree that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the formula, let's say. I mean, from one side you follow your passion. I mean, you follow something that you like. It's the first, let's say, ingredient, right? Because if you are an artist or you have these talents but you don't follow it, you will never start, right? But then I love what you say, that then if you don't have someone adapting you, you need to learn and to do all these things. In my case, I do that. I mean, and then certain things I just have someone that pay for it, or different, yeah, different ways, right? But yeah, it's at the end, many of the things I learned to do it myself, and that's maybe probably what you also had to do, Karam, to do it yourself, many things, right?
Yeah, this is the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, second question. You learned, correct? You learned from courses there. But when did you innovate? Because when I asked you what is body class, you told me it's this, that, this, that. It seems like you kind of came up with your own technique.
Mhm.
Is that?
I would say there's a part. I mean, we when I say we, because I have many people around me, we work with a technique, a specific technique. So there's some courses that are already, let's say, created, and then you become a, let's say, a facilitator or a teacher of this specific degree or class. And then there's many other ones that I created myself. So let's say also when I started to do to let's say work full time with my business, then I started already to create some things, and it's always increasing. Right now, I'm let's say looking for creating something else for my own, and yeah, that's what's happening. Definitely at the beginning, I would say I was quite lost or not confident to create something with my name. Let's say I would just open
Mhm.
the reference. So it took me a while. It took me a few years to start to gain experience and confidence, especially. I would say it's very important, of course, experience, but then also the confidence. That of course you learn it through the experience, but not always. You have to also acknowledge yourself, right? You have to also see value what you're doing, and yeah. What about you, Karam? Well, I mean, you said many things, but let's put it also in time of years. When did you started? You say that you were working as a designer before the pandemic. Was
Yep.
like that?
So, on contrary to your story, I never jumped because I want to jump, except maybe a couple of decisions, but I always was forced to do something.
Oh wow.
Like, I'm from Syria originally. I studied architecture,
Yeah.
uh, and it was 2010. I graduated and went to Dubai directly, right? And in Dubai, there was the financial crisis.
Wow.
So there were hundreds of architects. They've been laid off. So it was bad timing for architects to go there. The
Yeah.
cranes, you see just cranes and in the sky, no moves.
Yeah.
Dubai was sad. Well, for me, I was happy. But for people who live there, they will tell you, "Now Dubai is sad because it's." Yeah. So I started my career in interior design. I was good in 3Ds. I looked for a job and I show my portfolio. So my first job was as a sales designer in a furniture showroom. So I design, but I meet people as well as a salesperson, right? So I educated myself on the Italian furniture. There was the top. I don't know. Have you heard of Poltrona Frau?
Of what?
Poltrona Frau.
I don't know.
So Poltrona Frau, it's top Italian furniture company. They do the Ferraris interiors. The same company, they do the Ferraris interiors, and they are a group of Cassina, Capellini, and Poltrona. So yes, I learned about furniture, and then I was working freelance in Dubai to go into the field of interior design. I worked with Mehdi, one of big designers there, Mehdi Naravani, and yep, we were designing together the Dubai financial market, and he was telling me, if I got this contract, I'll hire you. See, I don't, you can't afford me. So in the end, yeah, after 9 months, he got the contract, and yeah, he fulfilled his word, and I moved to his company. I worked with him 3 years. Then I decided to come to the UK. This was one of the big decisions I made, um, and then I came to the UK. But again, I was working as a designer. I worked with a good company, good designer called Steve Ward, here in London, and we were designing bars and clubs and home bars. And then COVID came,
Yeah.
so that was March 2020, right? We
Yeah.
we had 12 projects. All of them were on hold. Only like three they were ongoing. Yeah. So by October, I was jobless.
Wow.
But before October, I took a course doing Venetian plaster. Okay. Now let's connect the wall art with Venetian plaster. Okay. Venetian plaster is stucco veneziano. Have you heard of stucco veneziano?
I know.
Yeah. Uh, so I took a course to do stucco veneziano because as a designer, I love stucco. I always, almost every project, I suggest stucco wall because the sky is the limit. You can have it polished, you can have it matte, you can have it texture, you can have it smooth. So if you have creativity, it's a great medium to work with. So and I was talking to Steve. Hey Steve, what do you think of having a stucco like Venetian plaster in house? Because I work with him, right? So I said, yeah, it's a great idea. But yeah, I took the course. and the business was going down of the design until the second lockdown. So yeah, by the second lockdown was the knockout of
Yeah.
of all interior design, especially the hospitality or the commercial interior design. So yep, and I started doing job after job. I found the market is hungry for this. Like there is a need for artists or for wall finishes, wall covering finishes. So I was, yeah, I just shifted directly from this side to this side. And yeah, job after job. I did 3 jobs at the beginning. My friends, that's I did my bedroom at the beginning. My bedroom was first project. Then I show it to a friend of mine who has shisha shop, and I told him, listen, yo, look at your shisha, disgusting. Let me design something for you. You see this 8 meter wall? I can do this, I can do that. Look, this course I took. So he said, yes. I don't listen. Just sponsor materials. I do a free job, just for the portfolio. So I did 5 free jobs. After that, I decided to charge him full.
That's amazing.
And yep, it was up and down, up and
Yeah,
down. Lately, the algorithm recognized me, you know, and this is business just went up. Inquiries from Qatar, from Spain. I'm going to Marbella
yeah,
in 15 days, 15th of April.
amazing.
Uh, yeah, doing interesting hotel project. So yeah,
That's amazing.
um,
Yeah,
timing.
yeah.
Timing is important.
Thank you for sharing. It's very, very inspiring, and I like also what you said that yeah, it's also, let's say there is a big demand, and maybe yeah, not many people is aware, and also we all know, let's say there's painters and some they can do different work, but not so many. It's not an easy thing to find, so it's very nice. And also what I like of what you do, also it's not just a painting, it's this creating with materials, with yeah, as you say, there's beautiful places or let's say big projects, and sometimes there's nothing of that. As you say, they limit art into painting or some things, some objects, but not uh, creating a whole creation in the wall. So I find it so amazing, and so yeah, so also special also because not everyone thinks about that.
I told you now there's a term called Instagrammable walls. So there's a whole industry. That's what matters now. The wall, because people take a selfie in front of that wall, and then that selfie circulate in all the social media, right? And then you get business. So it's not you're paying only for a wall as a decoration. You're paying for marketing as well. You're paying for the name. So yeah, you mentioned the 3D walls. As a designer, it you cannot leave if you are designing a restaurant, a hotel, or any commercial. You cannot leave just empty wall painted. You cannot. It will be screwed in no time.
Yeah,
You have to have something on that wall, and the options are really not many. Like the option, as I said, tiles, wood, upholstery, what else? Plaster. Venetian plaster or
yeah,
concrete. So if you come up with a durable art, let's go back to the artist. Okay, if you come with the functional art, if you come with the useful art, right? Now people will buy because now there's need to your art.
yeah.
Your art now serve a function and it's comparable to other function in the market. So if you tell me, oh, Karam, your wall will cost £3,000, it's expensive. Well, okay, tell me, how much would it cost to tile that wall? Maybe less, but is it beautiful? I'm talking about durability. Yeah? How much would it cost for if you want to make wood? Make wood element on that wall. So again, you are providing an art which is comparable, which is yeah, which is
Valuable.
comparable to the market.
Yeah.
So and then you can weigh the option. It's not
Yeah.
um, yep. It's not only a beautiful thing. It's not only serve the aesthetic, but serve a function. It's useful. and therefore you can, now we call it commercial, right? So don't be offensive of this word. If you are selling, your art is commercial. If your art is functional, serve a function, it's commercial. Nothing wrong with that. Make a living of what you do. The
Yeah,
world needs you. The world needs more artists. Yep,
love
and more sensitive people, as you
it.
put it.
Yeah, I'm totally supporting that. That's why I like so much to engage with people like you, because it's like, yeah, it's such an inspiring, let's say, encountering,
Well, thank
because I see you and
you, thank you, Enric. I learned from you a lot
yeah, me
today.
too. So, I was like, holy shit, it's so cool. And I mean, you can already get this, let's say, as you said at the beginning, your way, or what you are doing, just seeing, I see things, I see what you do, I see that you show it to the wall, and it's like, it's so cool. And it's like, wow. And then also what you think about it, right? Because you express it, and it's really cool. And yeah, again, this invitation for all of you guys that you are artists or you do something to if you join the live late, I mean not at the beginning, you can see the recording and you can see everything we said, because it's beautiful. It's yeah, life inspiring and also business inspiring for you, that you can, yeah, you can create a great business with your skills, with your passion and what you do. Because yeah, many people is already, let's say, experience it and doing things. And let's apply also that to any kind of art, because we are, any kind of art is creating something, even if it's just for, let's say, for pleasure. But yeah, it's like, why you should not be having a great salary with that. I always think about that, even in my job, I often say to my clients or people in my classes, like, hey, if you have your computer fucked up, or you have your car, it's not working, you will go to the mechanic or the technician, and you will pay whatever they say, right? Because they will say, yeah, we charge like, I don't know, 50 euros per hour, which is like a normal job. They will pay like 10 or 12 euros per hour, and whatever, you pay a big bill, let's say, for something that you don't know, but you are paying this person because this person is an expert of that, right? So it's like, why you should not charge also, if you are creating something that is unique also, and not anyone else can do it same like you. So it's also, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
need to judge it as what is more valuable or less. It depends also on us, right? Where we value it and where we offer it to the world that way.
Yep. And the world needs this art.
Yeah.
Present it well and make a living.
Yeah, what we were saying before this, that yeah, if there is more artists, the world can be better. I mean, if there's more artists being successful, we are. I love what you said at the beginning. Also, that imagine the world would be lit, or something like that. That would be lit by artists. Like, holy shit, I love that.
Yep. ChatGPT.
I love that, because I also have this. I'm not working with. Well, I work in my house because I like to work materials, but
Mhm.
not as a professional thing. But I have really an eye for, let's say, urban architecture and the places. And sometimes I'm like, holy shit, who made that? There's so much lack of sense of caring for people. For example, I really care for the body. So then when I'm in that place and there's no comfortable places or nice places for the bodies, it's like, fuck, who did that? Definitely was not a sensitive person. Was not an artist, right? It was just.
I'm telling you, people pay a lot of crap coming from China, like tiles or like some stuff that they are made by scale, by factories in China. They pay a lot for it, and they don't pay, or they don't, because as I said, there's a lot of artists around, all right? But they just don't know how to reach people. But yeah, imagine instead of paying that factory in China that they provide millions of these pieces, pay it, you will have a bespoke, nice solution only for yourself, unique, and you will benefit a nice soul, who's really enjoying putting his heart into that job. And it's affordable. Here's the thing, artists are affordable. All artists are affordable. I never seen greedy artist. So But of course, know your value. Let's not mix these two things. Know your value, because in the end, it's about demand and supply. When I have my schedule booked for 3 months, right, I have to raise my price. So it's not a greediness in this sense.
Yeah.
But in general, I'm talking about general rule. I'm as a designer, I know how much things cost, and I know that people who do this wall art, regardless of the medium, okay, they are affordable, they can afford them. The only difference is instead of paying the big sharks in the market, you are paying individuals who they run their own businesses. They don't have overheads. You know what's overheads? Like they don't have the rent, the factory, the labor. They don't have the tax, the VAT. So they don't have all of this. You're paying someone individually, and you're getting some unique solution for your problem or your wall, let's say.
Yeah. I love all that. So thank you for this masterclass, Karam, and I hope we can keep, let's say, sharing on that because it's, yeah, super cool and super inspiring.
Thank you for having me, Enric, and thank you for people who are listening.
Thank you, everyone. So see you. You can follow me or follow Karam and check our profiles, and also keep shining, being you, and choose what you like, and yeah, be also smart, like Karam says, and learn about anything.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Yeah, muchas gracias, Karam. Gracias a todo el
Gracias,
mundo.
gracias. Adiós. Bye bye. Chao.
Yo.